Hello, welcome to the second lesson on building a logistics app with Radzen, Blazor, and Visual Studio. I remain Benjamin Fadina. So in this lesson, I shall be implementing Customer Module. So now, my solution is open. I'm going to create a new branch. I'm going to call this branch Customer Module. Then I'm going to click Create. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to my server project. Then under models, I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this folder. I'm going to call it customers. Now, in the customers folder, I'm going to right click the customers folder. Then I'm going to add a new item. So I'm going to select code file. So the name of this code file is going to be customer.cs. Then I'll click add. Now this is the empty customer.cs file. Because of time, I'm going to paste. Now, what are some of the things that we've added here? We've added an enum for account type, and the account type for the customer can be either individual, business, or enterprise. Then customer status can be either active, inactive, or suspended. And then we have the customer class itself, which has the primary key to be customer ID. It has the customer full name, email, phone, company name, tax ID, account type, the customer status, the credit limit, the current balance, address line 1, address line 2, city, state, postal code, country, notes, and then we have the audit fields. Now, under customers, I'm still going to add another code file. I'll say add new item. See code file. The name of this code file will be customer details.cs. Now, this is my implementation for customer DTO file. So let's see the things we have there. First of all, we have customer list DTO. And then we have customer detail DTO. This contains more information than customer list DTO. Then we have a create customer DTO. And here we are ensuring that full name for customer is compulsory. Email is also compulsory. Phone number not compulsory. Company name not compulsory. Tax ID not compulsory. Address line 1 is compulsory. City is compulsory. Postal code compulsory. Then we have the filter stroke search parameters. We have the customer filter DTO. Then we have the dashboard stats for customer. Now I will hand over to the data folder. I'm going to expand configurations folder. I'll right click on it. I'm going to add a new class. And the name of this class is going to be customer configuration. Click add. Now, because of time, this is going to be my implementation for customer configuration. When migration is run, customers table will be created. Email is unique. Still under the server project, I'm going to look for the folder called services. So I'm going to create a subfolder under services. The name of this new subfolder will be customers. So now I'm going to right click on customers folder. I'm going to say add new item. Now what I'm going to add is an interface. Now the name of this interface is going to be iCustomer Service. So I click add. So now this is my implementation for, and sorry, this is my definition for iCustomer Service. So we have defined some operations in iCustomer Service like get customers async, get customer count, get customer by ID, create customer, update status, delete customer, get stats, and email exists. Now I'm going back to customers folder. I'll right click again. I'm going to say add. This time around, I'm going to say class. And the name of the class is going to be customer service. Then I click add. Now, this is going to be my implementation for customer service. AppDB context does not contain a definition for customers. Let's see. AppDB context. Okay. So all these errors are coming because we don't have entry for customers in RDB context. So let's go back to customer service. So all the errors have cleared now that we have an entry for customers entity in RDB context. So this is the implementation of customer service interface. So first off, we have get customers. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to controllers. I'm going to create a new class. The name of this class is going to be customers controller. Now this is going to be my implementation for customers controller. So we have endpoints for get all customers, get count of customers, get stats, get customer by ID, create customer, update customer, update status, and delete. Now we will head over to the client project where we are going to create another folder under services called customers. And under that customers folder, we are going to create an interface called customer service. And inside this customer service on the client side, we are going to have methods like create customer async, get customer by ID. So under customer service, we are going to add new class. We are going to call it Customer HTTP Service. We click Add. Now, this is our implementation for Customer HTTP Service. You can see get customer async calling the customer set point, and all the other methods are calling the endpoints they are supposed to call. Oh. Now, I'll head over to Radzen Blazor Studio. So I have my pages under client. New directory. I call it customers. And I click OK. Then I'm going to right click on the customers folder. I'm going to say new page, empty. I'll select empty layout, then I'll click next. I'm going to call this customer list. And I'll click finish. Then I'll come back to Visual Studio, where if I open pages and I expand customers folder, you can see I have customer list.razor and I have customer list.razor.cs. So now let's open customer list.razor.cs. Let's replace the default definition with ours. So we have drop down data sources for account types and customer status. We have another method for loading stats. And we have batch helpers. Now I'm going to open customer list.razor. I'm going to replace the default markup that Radzen Blazor Studio created with mine. So it's the customer list page. We have the header text, and then we have a button that allows you to create a new customer. Then we have the start path section. So the start path section displays things like total customers, active customers, number of active customers, business accounts, enterprise accounts, starts for current month and suspended accounts. We have filters as well. Filters for account type and status, account status. Then we have the grid, which displays a list of customers. Now, I'll go back to Radzen Blazor Studio. I'm going to right click, new page again, empty. The name of this page is going to be create customer. Then I'll come back to Visual Studio. So we'll start with create customer.cs. So this page performs double duty. We will be able to use this component to add new customers or to edit existing customers. That's why we have to check the edit mode. So now this is create customer.razor.Radzen created for me by default. In the new definition for the Razor markup, you can see that it handles two routes. The first route is for creating new customers. The second route is for editing an existing customer. It takes a parameter which is customer ID. So now I go back to Radzen Blazor Studio. I click on customer folders under pages. New page. I'm going to choose empty under page type. The name of this new page is going to be customer detail. I'll head back to Visual Studio. So now under pages, I have my customer detail. Let's implement the code behind for customer detail. We remove the default one created by Radzen Blazor Studio. Now I'm going to open the markup for customer detail. I'm going to delete the default that Radzen Blazor Studio created for me, and this is my own custom markup. Oh. Now I will head back to the server project. I'm going to open program.cs. I'm going to add using statement for LogiCore server.services.customers namespace. So now, after adding shipment service, I'm also going to add customer service here. Now, I'm going to head to the client project. I'm going to open program.cs. And I'm going to add another using statement for logicore.client.services.customers. Now, I'm going to register client-side customer service, which calls API/customers. And the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to open layout folder. I'm going to open main layout. I'm going to look for the entry for shipments. So let's add an entry for customers. So the next thing is I'm going to go to tools. I'm going to go to NuGet Package Manager. I'm going to go to Package Manager console. I'm going to make sure that my default project is logicore.server. I'm going to type this command: add migration, add customers table. Then after that, I'm going to say update After that, I'm going to say update hyphen database. So now the next thing to do is to run our project again. Let me click the play button here for the server project. So now you can see that we now have an entry for customers here. So let's click on customers. Let me stop the project again. Let's run the project again. Customers. Good. It's loading now. Let me hide that. Set this to 90. So let's create a new customer. Benjamin Cardinal. Email address Benjamin SQL server at gmail.com. Phone. Credit limit $3.5 million. Address 41 Nnamdi Azikiwe Street, Enugu. Enugu. 100-64. Nigeria. Internal notes not available. So let's click create. Let's put breakpoint here. Let's put breakpoint here. So let's do F10. F10. There is an exception. I guess that one of the reasons why we have the error is we are not registered. We don't have. We are not taking anything for account type. We are not taking input for account type. So let's undo that. So we'll stop the project. So in order to resolve the issue with the account type dropdown, I'm going to create a folder under client called shared. And I'm going to create a class under shared called dropdown item. So this is a generic label stroke value pair for Radzen dropdown. So we are going to replace this drop-down sources section. So look how we just did drop-down sources. Drop-down item T exposes real name property, so Radzen can resolve text property label value property value via regression. C# tuple fields are not accessible via reflection, which is why tuples break here. So let's open customer list as well. So we still have drop-down data sources that are using tuples here. We are going to replace. So now use this drop-down T, drop-down item T. So with that change done, let's run our project again. In customers, it's an error. Customers.customer list. solution. Let me put a breakpoint. Customer list. Okay, so now we have this types, statuses. Let me hide this page. New customer. Benjamin Ferdinand. Credit limit $3.5 million. Country. Nigeria. Notes. PIP. Customer. So let's click create. Not now. Still having bad request. Why? So create customer. So create customer. Let's click create. So let's press F10. Let's do F11. Let's do F10. F10. So first fix for the current issue we are having. We go to program.cs. We are going to change this line being data.services.controllers. Then we also need to modify the definition of customer HTTP service. Bit. So part of what I've added now is this shared options. So enums are sent and received as strings instead of integers, matching the server's string enum converter config. So let's run the project again. Oh. Okay, so new customer. Create customer. F10, 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 F10. Okay, so it's a success now. So this is the customer now that has been created. Thank you for watching.